One of the papers they say about Ohinibi or no, I call Kase, but Nana Miati, I say quickly, I'll get the name of the chief. Yes. DSHS is a misplaced priority. Nana Kwadwo Sebe Ajiman, chief of Boabenso. Nana say he's been misrepresented and misreported into no Yemfan Tudra. Say, and yes, Anokai. So the Chronicle misreport to the Nanaka according to Nana Kwadwo Sebe Ajiman. Bre Kainano and Nana we as to say, and yes, Anokai. But it just let me say DSHS is a misplaced priority. Nana Sinyasa and it. So that's just by that. Well, Era Aquinas.
Manti home pennies and Nana or can say
or the better justice here.
Okay.
Aquinas Teria Kwanza, former Central Regional Minister MP, A.M. Francis. Then we had on the 8th of October, Okopo Papa Krabbe, Yako, I was Sopon, into Era Aquinas, Papa 82 years, Sopon, Okopo Krabbe, Yamenkao, in times like this. Easy moments, but Yami in crowd. Now on the 8th of October, na kusisi na chikama na jana kwa so kama. Eba beta wachi ama bibia ati me akoso ama. And there were Dwabosu Oseshi. I'll be there to support my brother, Deputy Minister, Lands and Natural Resources, as he launches his campaign midday. I will Dwabosu. Kabnaminta Akando. So Yachia Anope. And on the 8th of October, Ashanti Region NDC forms a year on original campaign launch. And on the 8th of October, the New Patriotic Party and so manifesto launch. The understanding is that the Free Tamale and finally Abisiwo a year in Kankudio. So on the 8th of October in Accra, the New Patriotic Party manifesto launch and also Baso Eda Unina Wasi. Greater Accra Regional Chairman for the ruling NDC, Sports Administrator, Business Magnate, Chairman Ade Koka. Who the bedroom much? Only in the shot say, but I say according to now more. Foreign Chairman say $1 say.
Oh, 3.92.
3.92. Yeah. Okay. So maybe I come a business is cool.
Oh, maybe I can.
You're not a full-time politician. You're a businessman. Politics is to say.
Politics.
Be I come.
You're chrome.
So Mugusu transform.
Transform, changing lives of the people of Ghana.
Is that true?
Very much so.
One example.
Oh, Oma Michia. Tifo, and when I was in there, when you are chairman now also. And I was the only change Ghana.
How?
Oh, man. CCR in the papers, Moody. Oh, yeah. One of the rating agencies. Or we are singing, Omo Boa, Omo Kasana, Omo Boa, economy no. One here, Oboko Foam. This we with Ghana as economy are very resilient. I mean, B3. First, no drop in. Let's say we pay so. So our economy is becoming very resilient. Looking to the future, no, this economy in Ghana, no, it will open a lot of avenues. Now, changing lives. Yet, Greater Accra, American Greater Accra, so. As Obama, Nkofo, Wabra boom, why ye? Only Bibia, Efrano, infrastructure development. Every time any independence, in the Ghana, Krabe, any Bibia Sokanifia, Ghana, any independence, and Jenny, in Queen Elizabeth Day nursery. In Biba Queen Elizabeth nursery. And you are, I will cry. Efrano. Well, friends and electricity corporation.
Yeah, electricity.
Main office no.
Accra. Yeah.
Ekwenu kakra right side no. On the way what generate power. Opposite no Queen Elizabeth Day Nursery. That the whole of the country, the electricity no, or generate fuel. About 6 o'clock, no a diesel. About 6 o'clock, you be a sun lighter. No, why then? We dim, you can't even read. Kwame Nkrumah obesi akosombono or transforming the life of Ghanaians. Since a greater Accra for so many years. Bibi of regional hospital for Enibi. Enya Esoe Kokolebu, Esoe 37. I came there some few months ago. Na ma swear me yaw. Na mo crawl Ridge Hospital. Na baby a mo crawl na obohwem no, oye mobo. Mo hwem say what? Ha na nkrofo woyere a wonwon ba na. Obohwe wa aso. Sisi e Ridge Hospital. Within the next 2-3 weeks no. We be commission the new Ridge Hospital. About transform. This year, we are not only going to depend on Kolebu alone. I will call and Crawford what the form. Accident ward. I will call and Crawford the form. There's a new accident ward at the new Ridge Hospital. New equipment. Everything. About transform Crawford world lives in the health sector.
I see. What was
Ever.
It was about constituency saying,
Onyame Adom ne mpa bonti ehoye pa ayewa so we so on there. Chairman kura nim say the whole plane.
The whole plane am can send transfer na. A friend and a corner or the constituency. Come and see.
It's been touched.
It's been touched. Last Mokroy. New road that why now the solar light is.
Yeah.
Mokroy the flag. Or the Haka Santoni na. Post I to do. What transform the campaign? What transform the campaign?
I see.
Metia ahwefo na ne titio no mempeso asofo. Me pese me ka kire me Mpensenpensenmu nyina so se ene NDC chairman na ti he. Ya na omu bisa me se nyenyem bia na omu de omu ka ho
in terms of development.
In terms of development ni ekwan bi pa wo ho. Ekwan no eye bibi kakra na ohini papa penye bi pa aka baabi. Ena MPD mitimi ye ne se meka se o ene ye nkope grade bi na ye mfa latai bi na emfaso na ye papa penye na ye be ye na yi no. But I am say unfortunately omo kofa latrite no buy na latrite no mo buy na nye na ye clear enti no ayi ni de ye na kama na ye wie ye no ma kunsa ama sisi kura me Mpensenpensenmu no mafari am but ye gu so se anya ye bepe kwan foforo so na ye de ayema nipa no na omuhunya de etosumienu
chairman say address
the
etosumienu
chairman say chairman area hono no
the etosumienu
chairman say area hono chairman
oh aden ye wi amechire ne say
but what address issue there's an opportunity to do
na any amamen kike
no also there's an opportunity to attack the threat
I know the me amaka ma almost the contractor no cry chire me say contractor but contractor no say oh yeah adwuma bi
okay we are
no the etosumienu say uhwe Roman Ridge I say usane free airport residential area umefa Roman Ridge
Azmera honana
ufa Azmera seo
Adidas hono
baby obefa akonya ho clinic obefa akonya
yeah
we fa hono because say makopie mi krom krobo echire ho ba bi o
ho fi
dabi ekwan no
atutu
na me see den enti no me chire me nkrofo no say ahwe ebeka ho asem aban e de wutumi a ode say aban ye
also otumi to lobby
was saying it's na meti ha me ye. All right. Na omayine. But me say chairman, me say be da because I na me school ko na nko anymore bebre. O si e mudi o. O si na omo e we ye fom. Na intino say ya ba B3 o. Na ya hin na ye wo first.
B3 minus.
Na ye wo B3 there e wa ni gina. Na outlook if be outlook. Na outlook no e negative. Say there will be B3. Outlook no and almost a stable.
Oh, Jacob, dear. Outlook is positive. Oh, use the word. Can't use the word positive. Just read it. Or man. Outlook is positive.
Oh dear. Oh, man, what I know.
We are in Uncle Pao. I walk past some.
Yeah, can't because something. You know what you're wanting.
Okay, whether positive or stable, it means there's
improvement.
And if it's stable, it means that they're working towards something. It makes
improvement.
But positivity, they be but stability, they be.
That is all I am saying. But I want to place on record say. Yes.
You were minus. Now we are plus. Outlook is no. Outlook is what was the word called usually?
Stable.
Stable.
Well, stable.
But it is good.
Even if your health condition is stable.
It is good. It is positive.
Put the hospital. Put the hospital. But they say Onyamia go.
Otima home.
Oh, yes, stable.
Just
Amode na ba.
Dabi, amode no man wie sa.
Eyu sisi a.
Hospital. They will classify patients. They will tell you say the person is critically ill. The word they use is prognosis. Or because a prognosis, they will tell you prognosis is poor.
Poor. That's right.
And I said they will tell you that he is ill. People know oyare, but he is stable.
But my diagnosis economy. Na hebe bia emu
let me say, but B3 now.
B3 now.
We used to be out. The doctor mean catch us a prognosis no. And you're poor.
Okay.
Prognosis is out tense. Out say the situation no.
Okay.
And you're poor. Say the moody for I can say yare. We are still at B3. What has happened is that we have become stable. Now, no, you see, yeah. Boni onyimi sao ya de kabi 400 million. Now we were not even too sure how we were going to pay for it. Okay, I said a few months ago you call your friend is saying Eurobond be emi ekọ premier eni esa abaye. Onyame die fofie ama rates no all over the world above from kakra. Eni yakonya bie at 9.25 megwa. Yes. Obayini enti no say no broni a yisika wo no hono no at least onim say ye default to it creates for me I am happy me Ghana ni the consequences of defaulting
anya papa
kura never defaulted our loans payment
well
never
it did look but say onyame dia fofie but the woman say but what you say yadika ekano na etisa wo wuti we na wakwaji bank bosia na interest ni 34% na obayi sika no bosia na wakwaji ye no wa hunu hwesroe wa hunu anfaja de sene de fata na emre na duru na eja ompese ye di beba mu se obayi ni kwamna sante yekura no high na wako microfinance for be ho
wako PBC first
na udika yeje 8.75%. Say yakwaba busia 9.25%. Edi kotua eka yede no 8.5%.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul. You've not made any payment.
Obayire but me dia me no you're better than can defaulting. But you see me am fat than kun and that day. But the akodru no. Obayire yakukwaje microfinance busia edi tua bank busia. But yenye bi atua nti no yenda nyame ase. Saa ne atitimwa
I see, but I don't get this one. Quality of education declining, but access improving is a report. And let me read bits of it. The quality of education at all levels of the academic system declined in 2015 as a result of increased access, not matched by increased funding. And it breaks it down. Effect of admission surge. He stated that the surge in admission rates had affected the quality of delivery since it had not been matched by a corresponding increase in facilities, while inadequate infrastructure had resulted in student-staff ratio as high as 51:1 and was still rising. Low enrollment in science, and it goes on, and it gives reasons for decline. It's a for because I have a difficulty understanding the quality of education declining, but access improving. That is your structures you're putting up.
Exactly. Well, if some other can also access is increasing, but then quality or whatever is
declining. But that's dangerous.
But it is because, and he went on to say about infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Most of the schools, because it's now, maybe the class should be about what, 35 students.
Yeah, about 90.
I'm talking about the school that I went to at the Saddle. Echo is here. When I was in school, there was stream of 3, ABC, and the stream of 3, each stream was 30 students. So 3 streams about 100 students. But now Echo, because of lack of expansion of facilities, one stream about 200 students. It might be right. So if you have a pack 200 students into one room, how do you expect the quality of education to improve? That is why yesterday you expand education by putting up more classrooms, more infrastructure. It's very right. So it means vindicating say to increase access, you need to put
corresponding
exactly infrastructure, and in any case, you can't say that because of lack of infrastructure, some people should stay in the house and not go to school. You must start from somewhere.
I see.
It's very important. You must start from somewhere.
Okay. But when we say stable in health, it means that the patient is slightly out of danger.
Prognosis.
Okay, so
Stable, right?
Slightly out of danger.
Slightly out.
So we are slightly out of danger. And the air profile.
We see.
Yeah.
Slightly
They say
out
that.
of danger.
Look, you have taken a word out of context. Read the whole report. That was that the outlook in the country is possible.
But we are stable.
He says the outlook is stable. The word look is stable.
Whether stable or positivity, there's an improvement. But the danger here is that per the medical description of the economy.
We are not talking about the economy is not a patient.
It's a patient who's been diagnosed to see the actuality.
It's based on certain factors. Now, it tells you that we've been able to reduce budget deficit to 6.5 when talking about 12 point something. It's not about 6.5. The discovery of the other oil wells, the tin, oil, gas, and all those things will come into play, right? And then it tells you that government budget overruns. All these things have been sustained by government, have put in measures in place. Remember, leakages, all those things. Once you put all those in a basket, right, and then they come to diagnose your economy, it shows that you've got the structures and the normal your economy to be resilient and have a positive.
But Chairman, if you are slightly out of danger, that's even dangerous.
It cannot slightly. No, you are.
It means that doctors should constantly be by you.
I am saying that you are making a statement, without looking at the other variables.
Okay.
Other variables, like we haven't now been a serious oil economy, even though the price of oil has come down.
We are not a serious oil economy.
I'm saying we are now becoming a serious oil economy because the other worlds are here discovered now.
Serious. Close to serious.
Close, at least we are becoming at least industry players. They look at all those things and they give you a prognosis. And what I'm saying is that whether it depends on whether you went to Achimota or you went to Fancy Pro, you went to Aresada,
or you went to
Premier College. Where I'm coming from, it's the outlook is positive.
Or you went to school and other than my school, I mean, call you my true girls.
No,
until can come. I did say that
it depends. You see, I was watching CNN 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I don't know that they both of them said they have won. It depends, baby. I would know.
Maybe I would say 6. Also, baby, you say 9.
Exactly. For me, from what I have read, what I've seen, it's positive.
But he talks about any regional hospital in their case now transformation. They are putting up regional hospitals.
I don't think I want us to belabor the point. Exactly.
Exactly. If they are giving us a very low rating, I'm sure by now my brother will be in heavens.
You see,
that's the wish of the MP.
I really and truly don't know why.
No, it's true.
I really and truly don't know. First time I hear ratings. MPP, you want to President Kufuor, you compare Eurobond. Now you're free, HIPIC. After 19 years of PNDC, NDC, the Omudiye Kowie, the Daikowie, and the Pitri, the Omudiye Kowie, and the HIPIC. For 4 years, we were HIPIC.
I disagree with you.
But if we have a resilient economy,
you are not being fair.
No, being fair. I'm my brother.
Okay. You have your 10. Let me have my 10. Why?
Okay, maybe.
But you're my brother. What you are? I want to threaten you.
No.
Okay.
You think that what? I have to straighten out that
okay, just have your
first time I call you. I am saying Moody cried or man retain. It was Standards and Poor and other things. But you want to, you know, that was true. I am saying BBB positive outlook. Yeah, first time. Why you high ama yet every baby near one abe set to krobimu na ene onyame aya adom wasa dia kwacha IMF wase wona mo se mo policy credibility what ye ko see abis B3 negative outlook. I am saying that today where we have come it's not we are still at B3 what da yeda no e hwa de dada. The only thing is that condition of the patient, you know, almost say it has come from critical to stable.
Slightly out of danger.
Slightly out of danger. I don't want to. But then the report is there. Let us look at it. But you see, Omayine, ISEL, Institute of Statistical and Economic Research will go almost issue out a day of the media making because it is a voluminous document. Now, me hope say your party say ye be idea on no can answer the America. Now you concentrate on the omo can. And Professor B will go. Or see dear air quite dear, a friend of Professor Quote.
Yeah, I read it.
Or see baby air quite dear. We are almost on the verge of slipping into recession.
No.
Maybe by you. All right. You are just red, blue, and white. I tell you, I'm a and then make a Professor Quote Eka. The who can be about
quality of education declining. But as I
said, for me, Kaigana for 2012, yeah, elections. Yeah, free secondary school education. And yeah, NDC for can say it's not free that we are looking for, it is quality that we are looking for. NDC for Ghana for. I mean, oh, fine, me say, Ghana for your real fear, dear sow. The NDC for can say, and you're free and a Ghana for pay, quality education and a Ghana for pay. And then, what is the ISA report saying? Or say access there, improve. It is okay. Say school, I know, maybe constituency say yes see millennium school bi wo what you say so access a dan na nipa no be come no de e bi wo but among in school kono and yes nipa no kwatena adamo there is something called the quality of education hwe ato da bia na ye wawa ye ho me Kwame Nkrumah I think he was one of the greatest leaders. I never supported him. I stand opposed to him in many things. But Kwame Nkrumah ye president and not opposing the Paco school. I don't know how a shift system by you. And then a doctor for any professor for a more legal babyano. Be break or shift to. And you know, it is not so much. Media me I state clearly. So it is not only the infrastructure. Am I in nipa biti ya kurasi ko school your friend is saying yimu school dan wa kurasi bi mu omutimi dwedwe mu aba ana say ye menya school dan mo na mo se bibi the trees under school so say can say school nam dey na can say assessor to trees under schools says trees under schools so school under trees so they are saying by the measurements they say the quality is going down school down no see ho and so akwara no the entia ye de na ko school no ya fa na nko enya afefe de no obayin
akade no
enya afefe de no
akade
no the report is saying that yes you may have built a classroom but the quality of education is sinking and it cuts across akwada work class 2 what the class 1 work man university they say that the quality is going down across the education spectrum mo ana mo be ka kire Ghana for say enye free SH for na mo ye ana da ho no
yeah you see let me come to I will come to this before after Dr. Professor Kwoti as some more kind there if we don't diversify our economy right and only depend on oil-based economy, we will have a recession just as Nigeria has had recession. Nigeria has had recession because over the years they neglected other sectors of the economy. You know, based solely on their oil economy. That is what he said. On Kada, we are in the premise of going to recession. That is, and I heard, I listened to him very carefully.
Okay, so let me do a quotation here.
Yes.
There's the need for us to diversify our economy in the sense that non-oil GDP has grown higher than oil GDP.
Exactly.
What it is telling us is that given the slowdown in oil prices, our reliance on oil should be reconsidered.
Exactly.
I quote, we need to diversify our economy so we don't enter into economic recession like Nigeria is currently facing. To some of the factors that may have influenced the drop in GDP, Professor Koti stated that government has not encouraged private sector development. The utility tariffs have been hiked, the rise in taxes and interest rates, and this is not encouraging direct production, and that is not encouraging the growth and employment prospects of our country.
Exactly, you see, you can only reduce prices in utilities if there's efficiency. Most of the problem of cost of production of power in this country is that only a few people, a lot of people consume and few people pay. In that sense, it's naturally all the time you are going to have a problem. So if that is why the new going forward UCG, what's there? Let's have the concessionary certain parts of UCG now. My inefficiencies no one and for my diversity efficient. When you put those measures in place, naturally you are going to have low cost in utilities. But if you maintain the system as it is, where you go to a certain locality, people are having free power.
But Chairman, you know that the NDC has been in power for 8 years.
That was what
mobile to certain realizations.
What are you talking about? You have governance is continuous. And then you come from step 1 to step 2. You had the problem of our power crisis. You have to, because over the years we did not do we did not do a lot of we did not do a lot of investment in our power sector over the years, and then it came to catch up with us over a long period of time. Now you have been able, by the grace of God, to what? To stabilize the situation. I want to let's go there. Now let's come to education. When you say the quality of education is for now, right? And I'm saying that one, it will fall as a result of if you don't have adequate infrastructure, and you pack 200 students into a little square meter room for them to study. Naturally, so for you to come out of the woods, you must have infrastructure. We say we are going to give access and quality, and that is what we said. That when you say we are almost a free school, a free SHS, which you carry your chobbox to the school and don't have anywhere to sleep. For instance, when they said they were increasing the school to 4 years, curriculum to 4 years, what happened? They never built. If students were going to and were using, they were using their the best. Please, those students were sleeping. Were going to classrooms in their dining rooms. How do you expect them?
But those years' results were the
who
best.
Told you the results have been the same?
Those years' results. The 4 years results were the best.
Look, the people who, after your 4 years, the experts in education said there's a waste of time. They should bring it back to the 3 years. The same as because it was waste of time for them to be going to 4 years and not having no rooms to work in. So look, this country, one of my, when I'm on political programs, I don't want us to rake the past. Because when they're going to rake the past, it's sordid on everybody's part. Both governments that have come all along, from when we truncated the rule of Kwame Nkrumah, every government that has come from that period has messed up. That is why we are where we are today. The mess that we are in today did not start only from yesterday. It's over a combination of activities of various governments. When you came, you said you were given HIPIC. What's Mukro HIPIC? HIPIC is just a facility that every government avails himself to, so that they will a car
every government.
Remember, it's a policy of the IMF that all governments can avail themselves
based on certain ratings.
Missy,
when you get to a point, you have to admit that baby I'm doing
Please, every government can avail itself.
No, you will not be able to avail that opportunity when you've not gotten the status.
Sierra Leone avail themselves.
It means that they've gotten to the status.
I'm using the let me land. Mr. I'm trying to answer the IMF that is talking about. So these are policies or avenues that within the world economic structure, though, when you get to a certain area, you avail yourself to it. And see, us going to IMF, it's not even the almighty United Kingdom had gone to IMF before, because they are part of a club. And when they are part of a club, when you want you pay your dues. So when you want the facility, you go for it. Now, let me come there. On a HIPIC benefit, did they take this country into paradise? At the time of Wofi Agbon Munu, what on Ghana Telecom? After being given that relief, so-called relief over 19 years of so-called NDC bad rule, NDCP, NDC bad rule, they had a relief. When they were leaving the government of the day, when they were leaving the government, they had to sell Ghana Telecom to be able to pay salaries. To be able to pay. Look at what if you are going back, we all have a lot of things to talk about. What you have to do is to be positive.
I want to answer him. No more better so 19 years. I'm saying what we are going. I'm 300 companies. I'm saying when you were living after 19 years. After 19 years, I'm 300. One was private. One was private.
You saw Ghana Airways.
You sold everything.
You saw Ghana Airways.
You sold everything. We didn't sell Ghana Airways.
What did you say?
Ghana Airways went into liquidation.
You sold it.
We didn't
you
sell
sold
it.
You saw Ghana Airways. You saw all the assets. You sold all the assets of Ghana Airways.
Okay.
You sold 300.
You sold. You sold 300.
Don't let's go
there.
After
19 years. No more the year about Hippic.
Hippic.
Hippic 4 years.
No more.
At least
you've made your submissions. Until they will make your point. If it's about selling of Ghana and Japadia, now Chairman Ade doesn't want to rake into the
but
simply because the cop it is no
19 years. Muton. Japadia, Kwame Nkrumah Japadia free. Gordon Gettysburg Japadia. Muton 300. We after 19 years, no. No more the young, no more the Ghana Jina Hippic. Why Yakukudro? Anna MPP Abanya Baya Yakukudro say this is a reality. Baby Ayajinani. Namoka Hippic benefits na. Obia Fatika Bia Mechayon. It was just a way of saying, say, they also would no. The DB becha, but fire something they call pro interventions. Ama in a messy ne. Sassy can a bit aba. Ama a bambo, a bamboo futu. What you say? Na Uka was a Moton Ghana Telecom. You ya Ghana Telecom, it's okay. Na moment the amount Ghana Telecom. Ama in a BC or maybe a soda. In the last 5 years, in fear no more etwamui, there be a cap in hand. Namako market. In the last 5 years, every year you go out there in the market and borrow 1 million on the Eurobond. In the last 5 years, you call back. In our 8 years, you call back. After all, when you focus, I want him to say no, didn't they attempt to sell a couple of things? Haven't they attempted to sell a couple of things? What buy it? Golden share, Ashanti Goldfields, Gramaton. Golden share was Ashanti Goldfields. I don't want us to go into the current situation. I'm Mpensenpensenmu become one. Me see it's a report to know about. I know any young can want them. Yes, it must be dying. On my yene, you can't say Nipanu wako school. I said, nah, dying. Me, because K.O. Methodist Primary School was something to town.
Because na kwa kubuati experimenter.
Kufu ehona ko eh. Any kwa they say no call experimental o me dia no. Na experimental. Me because K.O. Methodist Primary. What you say? Na enye dan no fe.
They were teacher for any woman.
Na mo quality of education na me nya ye no. Ano na onyame aya maduma me de ti ha na no. What you say? Na me say I am stating for the records. Mukaya I disagreed with him on many things, but I respect the man for many other things. Oba also a person who school. Na school dino. It be enough or see a back shift. And this is what the one who said, or may shift system no. And because he say a program be was sampa. E person say, and I say I catch them say, "Muna musi say my shift no." And so I'm no. O mu timi kinkai. O mu timi twa. O mu kwa shasha no ma ko fairly.
Okay, the
Entino dino.
Ashanti Regional Minister John Alexander Kon Eden Crab Esumi. Say me famau.
Oh, me.
So chiao.
Oh, me chido super.
Mushia ya.
Kacha za
mushia ya che.
Kacha za baba kumasi nyame ya no weekend is all.
Get it right. Nobody forced President Kufuor to HIPIC. Read Osafo Mafo's first budget statement where he stated that the president has decided to go HIPIC.
Yes.
It was not compulsory, but President Kufuor had just come to power and not on top of issues. I am sure from hindsight, he will not have opted for it. John Alexander
on height me egba omanhene eya number for president for monko ne fie na monko ye do interview eya number ko hwe oman nipa uti ho na se wa won ka no kora nkyere wo ho a this is NDC4, this is their problem. They are not even able to tell. That is why we have all these challenges.
The MDC tells they are as transparent as
they are
very transparent.
Say didn't know anything about it. You will come, huh? Say didn't know about it. Was forced by the president to do that. Okay, he was reluctant to sign it. He was reluctant to take. He was
reluctant. Parliament. No, says is that. But you see, president. Okay, now president.
Oh, you.
Finance minister. Oh, your finance minister. And then take that original parliamentar. That's our presenting budget. So, but who's your budget natural? Presented by Setekwe on the budget, and yes, Setekwe budget and your president.
Exactly.
Exactly. I know for a fact, say Hippic. Yeah, but Hippic. It was not a decision taken lightly. There are always pros and cons. But Bama Kudro for our own situation Waham.
Jekufo.
And then the MPP. That time no the chief advisors Nana Akufo-Addo there were differences in opinion. Why not?
Hipikokosi saying.
Ekosi saying.
No. After all the reliefs Ekosi saying
Hipik.
What happened? You ended up selling our prime asset. Look, this year after the coup of 1966, that is when the NLC,
let us go back.
They started dissipating Kwame Nkrumah's assets.
They said they have many degrees, and how many degrees? We had from 68 after the coup, all the industries were run down. They were not producing. The meat factory closed down, the tomato factory closed down, the sandal factory closed down. Almost all Kwame Nkrumah's industries. Only 2 days ago, when they were playing the tape, when they were playing the tape of Kwame Nkrumah in Conakry, they said that Akosombo Dam was what? A prestigious project. But Akosombo had just started producing his first power. And they almost there that Akosombo Dam, no, right? You said Ghana Sika gave the impression to Ghanaians at that time. They said it wasted. Oh, Akosombo Dam, no. I'm saying January February and it has produced its first power. I was telling you what power was coming at that time. Kwame Nkrumah's factories at Tema Enclave, the industrial enclave, they were all shut down. So at the time that those assets were being sold, most of them had either disappeared from the face of the earth, and they were sitting there as shells, not functioning. So people, so the idea, let us have and talk about it,
incompetent right? The shell. The things that they were,
but the Chemadeko, if it's about incompetence, yes, the greater should fall on.
You got to say it here,
because
the shell of companies are yet on. They were the shells. It is in my factories, equipment in the disappear, but they shut all of them down. Now when we talk about let's come here. We talk about incompetence. More finance minister. Or signing agreement. Or see language in Poetry, one tier send or sign.
Finance minister. What language?
Maybe German.
What language?
German or sign what? Maybe German. No, Nakasa say German. Number 2. London Hammersmith Road. Hairdressing salon. You were chasing $1 billion. Hammersmith. Google. the Dama address, you know, and your hairdressing salon. They talk about incompetence. You were chasing them.
And what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
You came to Parliament and you got a loan of 1 billion.
And what happened?
They can access hairdressing salon.
So
don't come and talk about incompetence.
CDB loan. Why is it?
At what gas?
What is it?
At what gas? The BS war.
3 billion.
1 billion. 1 billion. 3 billion. You got dresses, hairdressing salon. We don't got hairdressing salon. You got 3 billion. You got hairdressing salon. You got hairdressing salon.
STS for 1 year. The only thing you are talking about is STS.
You got STS. Oh, shame on you. Don't talk about incompetence.
Why don't talk about you are talking about what is incompetence?
You don't talk about that.
What is incompetence? Incompetence is when you come to take an economy that was growing at 14%. And today you drag it at 3. Competence is when you come to lead an economy that was growing at 3 and leave it at 9.1.
Have you seen the economy in this world today that is growing more than 3%? The whole world. The whole world.
Ivory Coast is growing 7%.
Oh, Ivory Coast. What I told you, you're a 3 billion economy.
Ivory Coast is
don't compare Ivory Coast.
Rwanda is
don't compare Rwanda and Ivory Coast.
India is growing 7%.
No,
shame on you.
Shame on you. Shame on who?
On the NDC, not on your person.
Oh, no, shame on
the NDC, not on your person. Not on your person.
You compare Ivory Coast. China. Mediocrity.
What is mediocrity?
Compare Ivory Coast to Ghana.
Sure.
Ivory Coast, we are bigger than them in the economy. Our economy is bigger than Ivory Coast. You are talking about economy of 133 billion.
Incompetence is when your economy was at 11.
I have told you, if almighty China, whose income was going beyond it, now it's about 3%. Almighty China.
It's not
all the economies of this world.
It's not.
All the economies of this world have suffered the shock.
Look at it.
All the economies of this world.
It is not 3%. It is your incompetence.
You are more incompetent than us. If you are competent, you go and do hippie toilet. If you are competent, you go and do hippie toilet. If you are competent, you are not able to show for one regional hospital for 8 years. For 8 years, one regional hospital. One regional hospital for 8 years. Not one polytechnic, not one university. For 8 years, of competence. You are there.
See all the polytechnics and quality of education
for your Pascal.
Okay.
Your time, no. Education sank the lowest. It's not true. Lowest. Wait, check. It's not true. 2006, 2006, 2007. The BEC results were abysmal.
It's not true.
Abysmal. Go and check. It's not true. Go and check it. Go and check it.
How about Jacob? Remember, Eyezu.
Eza.
Eshi.
Rodo.
Ebesia. For a time, then sometimes you have to. We have to showcase the party so about this, but discussion. That's it.